Welcome to the Sailor Noob podcast, where a superfan and a noob talk about the original Sailor Moon episode by episode. I'm your host, Mikan Hana, joined by my co-host.
I'm the co-host and the noob, Caliban. Hey now, don't dream it's over.
Oh boy. And we're a couple of magical people ready to Moon Crisis make up this episode. Today we are talking about episode number 151, Shin no Pawa Bakuhatsu, Ami Kokoro no Shirabe in Japanese. True Power Explodes, Ami's Melody of the Heart, the English translation, and the English title, Heartfelt Melody. Yeah. I think that was like the first, maybe second draft of the title.
That wasn't even a draft. That was like a napkin. I don't know. We'll get into it.
They could be way more creative with their titles. I'm looking at you, Cloverway.
I have been... not in preparation for anything, but
Okay.
I have been looking at songs that have dream in the title.
Oh.
For no reason.
Uh-oh.
And
I feel a Jet episode coming
for no
on.
reason. I do not come up with my my Cloverway titles before we record. But I was thinking about Don't Dream It's Over by Crowded House.
I'm not familiar with the band.
Are we going to do a graph segment every week?
I feel like
this is a segment now.
Yeah, well,
We'll add them all up, and at the end of the show, then we bring out the graph.
I feel like I've heard this song, just not the band.
All right. Well, there's a reason you haven't heard of them. They're a one-hit wonder.
Okay.
Although, according to their Wikipedia page, they have 2 top 10 hits in America.
Whoa.
And I'm like, new information. I didn't know about this.
The one-hit wonder has been challenged.
I was around then.
Yeah.
It's called Something So Strong. And so I went to YouTube.
Oh, no.
And I booted it up.
Uh-huh.
And I realized 2 things. One, these are the most Australian men I have ever seen.
How so? Are they carrying boomerangs and like have a koala on their back?
They're the most Australian white colonizer men I've ever seen.
Wow.
Well, you went there. You didn't know you were going there, but you did. That's how ignorance works.
Wow.
I don't know. Like, not like the Bushwhackers, but like more Yahoo Serious than the Bushwhackers.
They're just a can of Fosters in their hand.
No. These are all the accoutrements. This is the thing that you can't explain. If I showed you, like, next slide, you'd be like, so what part of Australia is this guy from?
Okay.
East or West? Or Tasmania. I know somebody from Tasmania, and they get pissed about that.
Okay.
And then here's something else that I thought when watching this video for Something So Strong. This guy's gay.
Oh, really?
I'm just watching it.
Interesting.
And it's just, well, you watch like the Don't Dream It's Over video, and it's like a concept. It's a vibe. You're seeing like these pictures, these kind of photographs or slides.
Okay.
And you see the guys in their... whatever the label put them in, their velvet sport coats and stuff like that with their ducky hair, and we're just getting through it, right?
Yeah.
But this is like, they probably got to choose on this one. They're in like this farmhouse, and they're just like, boop, ba-doop. It's like a garage band, but a farmhouse,
Okay.
And they're just like playing, they're having a good time. They're looking at each other like, like this music's real good. And I'm like, that's not what that look communicates.
Yeah, like you're into
I've been
each
to
other
a lot
or
of gay
something?
bars.
Like, I'm kind of into you, sort of thing.
I've given and received that look.
Oh my gosh.
That's not what that. And then like up in the hayloft, guy drinks a big glass of milk. It spills all over him, and I'm like, I think I know what these guys are doing.
Wow.
And I look up in the band's like Wikipedia pages. Every single one of them straight.
Really?
Well, I mean, they're all married to women and have kids.
Well,
I know. Yeah.
Come on now. Bi-erasure is real.
Yeah. What are you schooling me?
I know. I'm just teasing you.
So anyway, these are the things I'm learning about how crowded the house is.
Oh my God.
But
That's a pretty crowded house.
Hey now. Don't dream it's over.
Yeah, I definitely know that song.
That's a great song. It came, I think, into further prominence. Get your graphs out.
Oof. Okay. Ready.
In the early 90s, 1992 or 3, I don't do TV. I do movies. I don't do TV years.
Sure.
But when the Stand miniseries was on ABC.
Oh.
And the second, I believe the second hour, there were hours or 2 hours, the second installment was post Captain Trips. And so the opening shows, you know, the devastation as much as you could do on a TV budget, you know, so it was like one person laying on the road in a crash car, slightly bent car.
Right.
And Don't Dream It's Over plays over that.
Oh, okay.
And that's like a very, you can even watch that version of it. Somebody's cut that together on YouTube.
Sure. I saw The Stand when I was in junior high.
Oh, we're not going to do this.
I probably was way too young to watch it.
We're doing it.
But I definitely saw the whole thing at my friend's house.
That's way too much Jamie Sheridan for a junior higher. I'll tell you that much. He's a good person, I think. Don't look him up.
Okay.
Don't look him up. I hate for that to be a pull quote for some crime blotter story that he's involved in.
Oh, great.
I think he's a good guy.
All right. Fingers crossed.
Underused.
Oh my God.
Jamie Sheridan, underused. Not the junior hires, Jamie Sheridan.
Right. Let's be clear.
Well, I would like to think that this is as ribald as the show is going to get.
Yes.
But considering the subject matter, you might be in for a bumpy ride.
Oh, well.
I have to say, though.
Yes.
That something that is a side effect of watching these through without being spoiled in any way.
Yeah, I want to hear this.
Except for how you spoil me. Is that...
Oh, God. Unintentionally.
I could not be warned by anybody how bad it was. So I'm just like, gosh, nothing bad's going to happen to me today. I can't wait to see the next episode of Sailor Moon. We were like, okay, all right, watch this. Watch what's going to happen.
Oh, my gosh.
And I'm grateful to the fans for not spoiling it. I think everybody has been really great with that.
Yes.
But the good thing that comes out of this is that I feel like I'm getting a lot of support now. That it's clear to me that this is a trash fire of a season.
Oh my gosh.
There's a lot of commiseration. People are like,
yes,
yeah, stay strong, man. Don't even worry about it.
I mean, I know.
You're going to live on.
Tuxedo Unmasked kind of tells people, just skip the season.
What are you talking about? I'm talking about our great fans.
I know. I'm just saying.
I'm talking about Tuxedo Unmasked over here.
I'm sorry.
Does he listen to the show?
No, I don't think so.
I'm a big fan of Tuxedo Unmasked.
I'm
a big fan.
Yeah, I'm a big fan.
Well, I'm talking about our big fans, the kind of fans that leave Spotify comments on our episodes. Every Spotify episode, every episode that's on Spotify allows you to leave a comment about the episode, basically framed as a Q&A, because I'm afraid to change the question.
Don't touch it, otherwise it'll be Jenga and it'll all fall apart.
And it won't show up anymore, and then I'll complain about it, and then it will show up again.
Yes.
And we've got a couple of comments on our Spotify from our episode 149.999. Repeating, they wouldn't let me put that in the end. We have a comment from listener Sarah Crowley, who says, "Welcome back, great episode, and I'm with Mika on Skee Ball. It rocks."
Yes, it totally rocks. I'm glad that there's somebody out there who agrees with me. It's fun.
I agree too.
Yeah.
Skee Ball rocks.
I see what you did there.
And we've got a comment from Shelly Bez, who says, "Long-time listener, first-time commenter."
Awesome, Shelly Bez.
Long time,
Love
first
it.
time.
Love it.
Welcome back. Missed this show so much. I love how in-depth you review each episode. It's the conversations I wish I was having with my friends. Keep it up.
Awesome. Well,
and
we like to
keep it up, Shelly. Don't give up.
That's right.
Keep pestering your friends to have conversations like this with you.
And join our Discord if you're not already there, and you know, talk about the show.
You can have these conversations.
Yes.
Join our Discord. Link in the show notes. And we got some comments from episode 150 as well. Those comments go like this from Helena Larota Lopez. She says, "Welcome back." Emphasis hers. "Missed you guys. Hope the vacation was peachy. Heart emojis. I'm ready to finish off this cringe fest of a season with the scandalized comment it deserves.
Yes.
Sending moral support and glitter emoji."
I love it.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yes,
That's
we
what
do
I'm talking
need
about.
Moral support for the rest of the season.
Thank you, Helena. Gonna need that support for the rest of the season.
Yes.
From Black Star Raven, we got a comment that says, "By dreams did I gain my form. By dreams my form was taken away. No thought before, no thought after. Only the river."
Whoa.
Is that? I don't remember which Talking Head song that is.
I don't know.
Don't know if that is a quote from something or a poem or an original creation, but yeah, certainly talking about dreams.
Yes.
In the river. Is this a Siddhartha thing?
I don't know.
Okay, side thing. You only know about this if you're listening to the Utena shows on our Patreon, but I'm slowly being seduced into reading Hermann Hesse novels.
Oh my gosh.
Well, it used to be on the curriculum 50, 60 years ago, but
sure.
I'm going to read Siddhartha one of these days. And River, very important in Siddhartha.
Sure.
Phantom Casual writes, as much fun as home and mobile gaming is, I really miss arcades. I had some fantastic dates and hangouts at the local ones. There was also a cool documentary on Netflix called High Score for more info. I don't think I've seen that one.
I don't think I've seen that either. I should check that out.
I have seen a documentary. Now I can't remember which one it is.
I have a pretty bad memory.
I'm pretty sure I didn't see that one. Wow, dates? Come on. You can date at an arcade?
Yeah, sure.
That's why Peggy Sue got married.
Oh, you go back in time and have a date in an arcade? Okay.
Oh, no, she goes... That's kind of weird because she goes into her own body.
See, I've never seen it.
She hasn't seen it. She does, if I could do it over again.
Yeah, I get it.
I wish I had your life.
Right.
And she goes back in time. And she becomes herself again. And Kathleen Turner is just on the borderline. Give her a ponytail. It erases 10 years. But then she's like banging Nicolas Cage. And but they're all 18. They're all seniors.
Sure,
it's fine.
Right,
anyway,
it's fine.
Mine would be not being myself in the past. Going back and telling myself, psst, kid, hey. First of all, big bag of quarters, right?
Right, of course.
You can bring a girl here.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
It seems weird, but if she likes you, she'll be like, "Oh, this is great." Well, you can torture a girl here, is what I'm saying.
Don't say that.
I don't know why I'm talking like that.
Oh my
voice
God,
sounds like this.
Stop.
Well, that's kudos to you and your dates and hangouts. I miss arcades too. I think that the one good thing about this whole every arcade died thing is that the ones that do exist are for people who really are there for dates and hangouts. Do you know what I'm saying?
And who are enthusiastic. People who really, really want
back
the
in the
arcade
day,
experience.
There'd be, hey, kid, come here. And it wouldn't be me coming out of a time machine.
Oh, God.
You can meet bad people there. Also, no clean indoor air acts back then. So
That's
it's just
true.
like, they missed that part in Stranger Things. There would just be a cloud
of smoke,
of cigarette smoke that would completely obscure all four of those little actors. So, yeah, modern arcades probably number one.
Yeah.
Old arcades number 10.
Hey, Cal, come over here.
Oh, who's this?
Could you do the recap?
Do you have any quarters?
Oh, yeah.
What's There's so many quarters. Yeah, we open. No pre-cap, but the sounds of a piano piece we hear. That's got the vibe of a love theme from an 80s soap opera.
It does.
Yeah, a little piano, a little counter melody by some other stringed instrument. And all around, yellow ginkgo leaves are descending.
Yes.
It's like it's fall in the Japanese version of Days of Our Lives.
It is, yes.
That's hard to say in Japanese.
Yeah, it is.
You know what's tougher?
What?
One life to live.
Oh, no.
Through all of this, Ami comes shooting up through the leaves, looking transfixed in some sort of reverie. We cut to the real world, and we see that Ami is sitting at a table in a park as leaves fall all around her, and she's listening to piano music on her laptop.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, this is some pretty good fidelity for a 90s machine.
It is.
What is this? It's probably a WAV file. Or maybe it's real audio. I mean, she's a tech geek, but no way is this an MP3. Super lossy. And she's not going to get the kind of quality of a FLAC. She's probably only pushing like 96 kilobits tops.
Oh my God. I remember WAV files. This is, okay.
She didn't get this on LimeWire.
No.
Now we're edging over to your part of the graph. Anyway, Ami sighs as she enjoys this moment of art, youth, and nature trapped in this moment, which is shattered, as Chibiusa says, Ami-chan! Ami says, oh, you're early. But Luna says, we're not early, as we pull out to see the whole squad is there.
Oh, yeah.
plus cats, and even Diana, all sitting at the table. Luna says, "You were spaced out." And Artemis says, "The enemy has a new plan of action. We need you to pay attention." And Usagi says, "But the most important thing is, what's in this notebook here? What is this?" And Ami's like, "Yikes!" And Ray grabs it and says, "Seems like it's not schoolwork, huh?" And Makoto grabs it and reads, "I want to keep watching your profile forever." Well, Ami, I'm flattered, but no, it's not what she says. And Ami's like, wait, it's not. And the girls are like, yes, it's not. And Ami just kind of gives up as the girls start fawning around her. As Artie says, "So the plan for taking on the enemy," is anyone listening?
Am I the only responsible one here today?
When we get back from our OP, Ami is explaining that she found this musical composition that she was listening to on a computer network. Okay. She's not going to find this thing just surfing the net, you know. She must be using a transfer protocol like Gopher, maybe World Wide Web Worm, you know, because she's tech savvy. I mean, we know it's the fall of 1995, so Alta Vista hasn't gone live yet. But
oh my God.
Maybe it's a local BBS. It's possible.
This is all over my head. Put it on the graph.
I was a bit of a netizen back in the day.
Yeah.
I had an email address before anybody else that I knew.
Okay.
And it was because we stole them from the University of Minnesota.
Oh my gosh.
Remember the university? I said Gopher. That wasn't just a word that I made up.
It was a University
Gopher was
of
one of the
Minnesota.
original web crawling programs, and web crawling means finding things on other services. Now it's just
interesting.
Google, right?
Yeah, sure.
But Gopher was one of the most original and trusted. Why isn't everything Gopher now? Well, the guy that made Gopher decided to basically delist it or change the licensing for it.
Sure.
Because he felt like he wasn't going to make enough money. So nice work.
Okay.
Nice work, U of M.
Yeah.
So because they're so net forward, the University of Minnesota gave mandatorily an email address to all their students.
Yes. And they still do.
Right. Well, all colleges do now, or at least most do. And you don't have to use it.
Sure.
And a lot of people didn't. They didn't know what it was.
Right.
So a friend of mine, he's not in jail anymore, he, just found a couple email addresses from people from commuting students.
Sure.
Just gave them to us. And so,
oh my gosh. Yeah. That's crazy.
You can only email each other.
Yeah.
Nobody else had an email address.
I had a Yahoo address. That was that was my first email address.
That's like 90.
It was probably a little bit later than this.
99. That's later.
Yeah. But in junior high, I remember going into AOL chat rooms and talking to strangers.
Okay, you should listen closely to some of the things I'm going to say in this recap coming up.
I told them my name was Aubrey.
Go back in time. Tease up. Psst, hey, Mika, come here.
I know.
Listen.
Yes. I'm listening.
Here's some quarters.
Yes, quarters.
What if Doctor Who just gave everybody quarters?
And then he left.
Marco Polo's like, oh yes, what is this bag for?
My work here is done.
I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry.
These won't be good for, say, 800 years. She plays this music for the girls, and they all like it. And Ami says, when I'm listening to this song, I get these images in my mind. So I've been writing down my impressions into this notebook. And Ray says, so you've been writing poetry? And Usagi says, mm-hmm. What's a computer network?
I know.
And everybody's like, ugh. And she's like, what? What? This is 1995.
I know.
Manako says, easy. A computer network is a network of computers. Flawless.
She's not wrong.
Usagi says, that's not an explanation. But Diana,
I know,
of all cats, says, it's like a bulletin board between computers.
It's like, okay.
Artie says, you can post all kinds of things, not just music. What is this, like a AOL for cats commercial? Chibi says, but what kind of person composed this song? And Ami says, I know that their initials are NT. Mm-hmm. I thought they'd have like a cool net handle.
Apparently, it's just their initials.
Yeah, that's part of the fun.
Yeah,
right? When you could still get one that wasn't taken back at that time.
Yes.
It's a user named CyberTitty420.
Oh, my God.
His music is so touching. Well, Mako has to get her titties into this, so she says, since he can compose such a wonderful song, I'm sure he's a handsome guy.
I don't know.
And she puts her arms up, above her head like,
yeah.
Whoa. But feminist icon Luna says, it doesn't have to be a guy.
That's true, Luna. You are correct.
And anti-feminist icons Usagi and Mina say, you have no dreams. Usagi and Mina say, not knowing who it is what makes it fun. Right, Ami? Heteronormativity?
Oh my gosh.
And Ami's like, sure. just flop sweat coming down. And Chibi says, I want to meet the person who composed this. And honestly, I kind of want her to as well, because a horse can't play a piano.
That is true.
Just be clong, 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 clong.
It would just be,
How about chopsticks? Plum, 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 plum. Just can't do it.
No.
Ami says, I do too, as we flash to the big top in the middle of town. Mm-hmm. In the ring, flaming bat-winged eyeball Zircon is on the run from the Amazonesses, who are trying to corner it for some nefarious purpose. Junjun says, hey, hold up. And Pella says, I want to pet it on its head. Pell, you would burn your hand, obviously.
You would get upset.
Okay, kid. You go out and play.
Yeah.
As Zircon frantically flies off, Siri keeps pace with it, saying, let's fry it sunny side up. Mm-hmm. And poor Zircon runs right into a lash from Vesves's whip as she clutches it and says, I prefer to salt roast it. All four Amazonesses converge around Zircon, and Pella says, oh, cute. I don't think she knows what the game is here.
I don't think she does either.
But it's immaterial, because into their midst floats a purple orb of energy that explodes and startles the quartet. From her perch atop the elephant, Zirconia screams, you idiots! All you do is cause mischief! If you got time to lean, you got time to clean. Go find the golden mirror. Zircon, who has returned to her staff, 3D prints a new picture, and Zirconia throws it to the fore. But when Junjun looks at it, we see it's all blurry.
Yeah.
And Vez says, did we break Zircon?
I know.
And June says, well, computers are down. I guess we got the day off. Woo! But Zirconia screams, damn you, go and look, and blasts them once again with purple energy. Well, with a blast like that, you're going to need bottom massage.
Oh my God.
And we cut to the death spa where the girls have presumably had their hurts ministered to. They're still not sure how this blurry picture is going to help them.
Yeah.
But Pella says, let me try something. And the photo is surrounded by a globe of blue energy as it floats over to her. She says, Tamasaka, as the photo spins around. I thought they were going to get like an enhanced scene,
Enhance. 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 Just print the damn thing!
Like it's a CSI episode or something like that, yeah.
But as the picture spins, we hear the piano theme that so entranced the squad. But it also plays like alongside the theme that the death spa is playing. They're kind of competing with each other.
Oh.
They should have lowered the playback for this moment here.
Yes.
Vesves says, that's useless. And Pella says, it's not my fault. And Siri says, well, Ves broke Zircon. And Ves is like, oh, sure. I was the we all were. I broke it. It's my fault. Come on.
I know.
And all the girls are like, yep, you take care of it. We cut to Ami's weird modern condo building, and inside Ami is listening to that piano theme as she writes a letter to this NT guy. Uh-oh. Don't agree to meet him anywhere.
Yeah, right.
Do not answer ASL.
Yes.
Don't let him send you anything. This will not end well. That's a little rhyme that I came up with for internet safety. I wanted to mention really fast that as we pan across Ami's desk, we see 2 frame photos with the heads frustratingly cut off.
Oh, sure.
So, on one, there's a guy in a lime-colored shirt. I'm going to guess that that's Mamoru because... isn't there an episode she gets a photo, they're studying together or something like that?
Maybe.
So
I don't know.
They're kind of study friends, right?
They're study friends, for
Although
sure.
if Usagi saw it, don't let her see that. She hides that when Usagi comes over. And then in the other is what looks like Ami. We see the ends of some blue hair. and 2 taller adults, one in blue and one in pink. Parents?
Probably.
Parents? Interesting. Ami, wait for it. Don't let it out yet.
Yeah.
Ami writes, I introduced my song to your friends. They too are now your cyber brides in Christ.
Oh my God.
She writes, everyone really liked it, and I'm currently writing a poem to match your lovely song. She says to herself, it's hard to write song lyrics. Yeah, it's also hard when IRC goes IRL.
What is IRC?
This week on Saved by the Bell.
Oh my God.
Hasn't the net hit Japan yet?
It's
all fun and games when you're ordering a pizza online, but then your credit cards, your bank account, your identity.
Exactly.
Erased.
I love the net. I love that movie so much.
The doorbell rings. That pizza's here. Actually, it's a package. No. Oh, I mean, no.
No.
Don't look inside.
Don't take the package. It's a bomb.
But she says, it's from Papa. Papa what?
Uh-huh.
Dear Ami, it's probably your birthday or something. Here's some coupons to Bed Bath & Beyond. I assume you like one of those things.
Oh my God.
Here's a picture of how hot Daddy's new friend is.
Oh my God.
No, actually, it's a charcoal sketch of a mountainous landscape, and Ami thinks, Papa always sends a sketch from where he's traveled instead of writing a letter.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, maybe just write a letter.
He could have written a letter.
You
Yeah.
could use the details to track him down. This sketch is just a mountain. There's a ton of those in the world.
Oh my God.
Enhance.
Ami thinks, there's no words, but the art in itself is his message. And the camera zooms in on the back of the frame. Deck the walls.
What?
The hell?
Oh my God.
Anyway, Ami's having reveries all over the place in this episode, and she figures she's got the same artist blood as her dad. Now, 2 things.
Mm-hmm.
1, it doesn't work like that.
No, it doesn't.
Ask Julian Lennon or Zowie Bowie. And number 2, let's keep that artist blood on the inside of you and not talk to strange men on the internet.
Well, you're right about that.
At Fruit Parlor Crown, Ami is showing the girls the song lyrics she stayed up all night writing, and Minako's reading them like, cut my life into pieces? This is my last resort? Are you okay?
Oh my God, no.
Ami says, I did my best, but I'm not confident about them. And Mako says, they're really wonderful. You know, puts her arms up. I like lyrics that really touch you in a special place. No, I don't know.
Whoa.
She's always doing stuff like that. Let's be honest here.
She's like...
And it gets worse. The closer they get to high school, it's only going to get worse.
So she just like the way she puts her hands behind her head and puffs out her chest. It's like, Mako, do you realize you're doing that? Or you just don't realize and you're
Mako,
just like,
yeah.
you just like have to have the girls out there. That's what's happening. I don't know.
We're in a phone booth. Come on.
Oh my God.
Chibi says, it's good to stay honest, which, that's not a thumbs up, Chibi.
No.
Like saying like, well, you really put everything into this, didn't you?
Oh, way to go, champ.
That's like a you do you.
Oh, it is.
She knows what she's doing. Usagi has the book and she's scrutinizing the lyrics. Yes. But Rei's like, it's useless for you to see them, so hurry up. And Usagi says, what do you mean by that? And Rei says, you think you can give advice, Usagi? And Usagi says, this is a question of artistic sense. And Rei says, for you, it's more like natural instinct. Got her?
I don't know.
I don't really get that one.
I don't get that one either.
Anyway,
Yes.
Classic Sailor Moon.
Exactly. I was thinking the same thing.
Ami says, maybe it's impossible for me. Just then, Diana runs in and says, everyone, an amazing discovery. I'm not touching a straight line like that from Diana. We cut to the front window of a... Okay, maybe. There's a huge litter box right next to this jungle gym. All right, that's your free one, Diana.
Okay.
We cut to the front window of a cafe. It's one of those like fake Italian jobs you see in all of Mika's vacation photos. And inside the diners are listening to a piano player playing the song from the internet.
Yes.
Absolutely no way he could have just heard that and what if they ended
No.
up following a... Well, we'll get to it. The girls think, this is NT.
Yes.
And Ami is in reverie once again as we pan over to see that Vesves is also there.
Oh, yeah.
Enjoying a red-tinted drink.
Mm-hmm.
Again, where do they get the walking around money?
It's got to be Zirconia. I don't know. Like, this is part of your job. You got to find these mirrors. So here's some walking
What if
around
Zircon...
money.
Yeah, and Zircon is like the the bursar, right? So
the bursar? What's the bursar mean?
Just the person that pays them.
Oh, okay.
Zirconia like like 3D prints the money.
Yeah, right.
And Vess is like, hey, you're short.
Mm-hmm.
Zircon's like prints a picture of like them brutalizing Zircon. So she would have had dinner, but just a drink.
Yes, right.
Vess thinks, yes, this is the song, and this is my target.
Mm-hmm.
We get an eye catch.
Yes.
At 9 minutes and 16 seconds.
That is early.
I think that is a record.
That's pretty
early.
early.
I think that's the earliest. Ironically, this might be one of our longest recaps. That night at the club, the musician exits the stage door and runs into the assembled squad, plus Diana. Mm-hmm. And he's like, is it my birthday? No.
Whoa.
And he's like, can I help you? And Ami's like, but Mina says, go for it. Being on the news is cool.
Oh my God, no.
And Ami once again says, and the girls are like, But Mako pushes Ami forward, presumably with her hand.
Presumably.
And she steps forward and says, I heard your song on the computer network and it was wonderful and I was touched. And I tried to write some lyrics for it. And the guy says, are you Ami? And he grabs her hands, very forward for a Japanese person.
Very forward.
And says, nice to meet you, IRL. My name is Toshiyuki Nishino. I've seen your name often on the computer network. Oh, no, Ami, you're using your real name as your handle?
Yeah, that's lame.
That's grandma
Yeah, she should know better.
Why not just do Ami Ms. and your social security number?
God, no,
you can put your address and put your dimensions in the comments.
Oh my God,
and your Avi can be a map to your house.
Oh my God. Oh my God. She's like book smart, but she's like not street smart. You know what I mean?
Even I was using the computer to escape to become someone else.
I knew that too. I had a fake name. I never gave them my real name.
Names. Some people call me Amy.
Yeah, right. Change it one letter.
Crazy. NT says, I always wondered what kind of person you were. If you were an actual girl.
Oh my gosh.
If anyone knows that you came here.
Oh my God, no.
I'm really glad that you're cute. And I'm just translating for him. And the rest of the squad's like, and he's like, oh, you must be Amy's witnesses. Friends.
Oh my God.
I've heard so much about you. And the girls are like, Ami-chan, what have you been saying about us? Are we going in a van?
Oh my God.
And Ami's like, no, wait. And NT says, hey everyone, let's not stand here and talk. Would you like to visit my workplace? I'm doing the one big eye, one small eye face right now.
Yeah.
Just help me get this couch into my van.
Yeah, it's okay. Don't go to a second location, kids.
Who am I kidding? They'll be looking for this guy tomorrow if he crosses Mako.
That is definitely true.
Every girl needs a keto, karate, or crazy in their entourage.
Yes.
Right? Keto,
yes.
The buff chick that's got to throw somebody around. A karate, the one that's got the martial arts training to lay somebody out.
Yes.
Or crazy, the one that's going to make them say, I'm not dying for this tonight. Well, ostensibly, in one combination or another, our girls have all three of those in their squad.
Sure.
Possibly all in one person.
Possibly.
But they decide, nevertheless, to accompany NT to a second location.
Yeah.
At least they're walking. I thought for certain the show, right after I said that, was just going to cut to a panel van that's idling.
Oh my God, are you serious?
Walking means they're not leaving town.
Yes.
Right? So the worst that we can look forward to is, splitting the 3 Coronas he's got in his fridge 6 ways.
Oh my God.
A little over the shirt stuff.
Oh my God, can I be honest?
And we got to make the 11 p.m. train.
Oh my God, this was like not how I approached this at all, but now you are I can't unsee it.
I'm so damaged.
Oh,
you were coming in this way. Oh, this is sweet.
I thought it was sweet.
This whole season has been like this.
I know. So how
what
can you
damaged me? Sailor Moon Supers. J'accuse.
So, I thought it was sweet, but now I'm it's going. My rating for the episode is going down. Just having this conversation.
You know what does that?
What?
Education.
Yeah.
And jokes about kids getting kidnapped. The two of those, really, it's a teamwork.
Oh my God.
As they walk to an uncertain future, Vess peers out from behind a corner.
Who's creeping, creeper?
Yeah, it's which forward or behind? Which is the worst way to go?
Yeah.
We cut to Nishino music classroom.
Yes.
Nishino music classroom? It's a storefront onto a rehearsal studio where at 8 p.m., for some reason,
right.
a little girl, probably Chibi's age, is taking a piano lesson. I don't know how things work in Japan.
I know.
That wouldn't fly in America. But she's taking this lesson from a woman with a hairband. Oh, I should mention that NT has a headband.
Yes.
So they're like a headwear couple.
I guess, yeah.
Weirdo. The little girl says, "Thanks, Kyoko-sensei." And as she leaves, she says, "Sayonara, Mr. Nishino." And everybody says goodbye back. And NT says, "Let me introduce Kyoko, my partner in composition."
Yeah.
No, he didn't pause.
No.
He just said my partner in composition.
He did.
He didn't say my partner in composition.
No. No, he did not.
He didn't say my partner in composition.
No, he did not.
No inflection.
No.
I mean, it's a cartoon.
It is a cartoon. But
This is Ami, the one from the computer.
she's digitized in here in real life right now.
Cora. And Kyoko says, "Oh, hello." And everyone is way too chill about what's going on here.
I know.
I mean, this isn't like now where we all live in like one of those Coke commercials where we get off the electric scooter and we go hang out with our friends with the cool throwback hair that you paid $250 for.
Oh my God.
And you're having a Coke. Maybe not, right?
Right.
That's not what's happening here.
No.
This is the 90s. This is weird.
It is weird.
I know this is a show for kids, but we got Kyoko. We don't know the relationship here.
Yeah.
He's introducing her to this high schooler he's been talking to online, although technically a junior higher in Japan.
Yeah.
We got onlines, meaning IRLs. There's a basketball team's worth of minor girls coming in here.
Oh my God.
Explain this without anime logic.
Uh-huh. I don't know, and I guess because it's his music school, he's not in school, right?
Is this a good new runner, anime logic?
Anime logic?
Right?
I think it is good.
There's a guy that's carrying a sword. It's 3 times as long as he is, and he's got little arms. Anime logic. I don't know why it's got to be a Jeff Foxworthy thing. If you were a young boy and you went looking inside a turtle monster's butt for some balls. Anime logic. Right?
Yeah. When you're a boy, but you got splashed by water, and then you turn into a girl. That's anime logic.
We've all seen
We
it
all
happen.
know, you know.
You know, sometimes when your dad hates you, but you got a pilot of mech that contains the soul of your dead mother to stop the apocalypse from happening, and your best friend girlfriend turns into your best friend boyfriend, and her giant boobs and head go crashing down to the earth, and everybody's looking across, and souls are coming turning into orange tang. Anime logic.
Oh my God! How could you top that? You know, when you're a little kid and you move out in the country and you meet a big forest animal that's nice and fluffy and kind of mysterious, and then also your mom's in the hospital and you have a corner cop. That's anime logic.
All you had to do is go, Monster Musume. That's anime logic. That's how you win that one.
Yeah.
Ami appropriately is a little embarrassed and says, "Nice to meet you." But Minako, oh Minako,
Yeah.
so worldly in so many ways. Girl who lives with her feline life partner. Minako has her finger. Minako's got her finger over her mouth like, ooh, he's already got a girlfriend.
Yeah.
But Mako puts her hand over Mina's mouth.
I know.
Nearly throttling her.
I know.
She's like, nothing, everything's fine.
Harder, Daddy. What?
The girls sit down with the piano people for what is going to be a conversation of lowered expectations.
Oh no.
And Kyoko says, "How wonderful to run into someone you've been thinking about. It feels like destiny."
Does it?
She's going to love social media. You're going to run into people you never want to talk to. Chibi says, "So, what's up? You give piano lessons?" Chibi just cuts right to the heart of it every time.
I know. That's what I love about her.
T says, "Well, there's not a lot of money involved, but we give lessons and sometimes we do performances. You know, it's tough, but we have a dream to be composers. It's a big dream. But music has no boundaries." And NT and Kyoko smile at each other, and framed right between their heads is Ami in a good bit of directing.
Mm-hmm.
Ami thinks, "What am I doing? I don't know what she's doing."
I know.
She says, "Trying to put lyrics to something that he worked so hard on." And NT says, "Ami, what's your dream? Lyricist or pianist?" Chibi yells out, "Ami wants to be a doctor."
I know.
If only she was like jamming bonbons into her mouth while she does that too. And Usagi says, "Yeah, she studies real hard." And Kyoko says, "So she's smart." But inside her head, Ami thinks, I don't know anything. It was conceited to write lyrics. NT says, hey, show me those lyrics.
I know.
Get right to it. But Ami gets up and says, sorry, there's parts I gotta correct. I got a pencil. Good night. And as she runs out, Usagi, using her only reliable superpower, can see that she's not okay.
Yes.
Usagi tells NT, sorry, I'm out of here. Mm-hmm. And the girls all run out. But who's going to drink all this Mike's Hard Lemonade?
Oh, my God.
And eat all these Toll House cookies? Last one.
Oh, my
Last
God.
one.
Oh, my God.
To catch a predator.
Just then, a discordant clash of notes comes from the piano, and the couple turns to see Vess at the keys. Mm-hmm. As she just pounds, blam, 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 tunelessly on the keyboard. Vess says, leave kids like that alone and play with me. Whoa, now we're getting somewhere.
Yeah, I know.
Outside, Ami has her head against a light pole, like she's been banging her head. like Don music.
Stupid.
Oh, I'll never get it. Oh, I'm sorry, Ludwig. Oh.
Usagi asks her what's wrong, and she says, I can't show him after all. I'm thinking in a world of my own. They're so serious about music, and here I am writing lyrics for fun. Mako says, you like NT's songs, right? Mm-hmm. There are no lies in your feelings.
Right.
And Ami wails, I still can't. And she runs off into the night. Just then, a scream cuts through the night air. But cut away from that, I guess, farther down the street to Ami.
Yeah, right.
A block up.
Yeah.
Contemplating her notebook. It's all reveries tonight. Mm-hmm. And hearing the encouraging words of her friends. She also hears, Lady Ami. It's Diana.
Yes.
Diana says, Mr. Nishino is back in the studio.
Yeah, right.
Where Kyoko is pinned to the wall by knives.
Yeah.
We're having fun.
Woohoo.
He yells at Vess, what are you? And she says, she says, oh, me? I'm just a passersby. A good little girl. You getting a hard candy vibe from all of this?
Hard candy? What do you mean?
I gotta explain what hard candy. Hard candy. This movie. Elliot Page. Ellen Page is in.
Yeah.
And it's about. It's just literally about. I think Patrick Wilson is in it. His best role as a pedophile. Oh, sorry, a pedophile. Sorry, everybody. He picks her up, he meets her online, picks her up, and he thinks like, oh, this is going to be like, Mike's Hard Lemonade and some 12 cookies. But maybe the tables get turned.
Oh.
It's not that good.
I haven't seen it.
It's not that good.
Okay.
But anyway, that's the kind of vibe that I was getting.
Okay, I could see that.
I don't know what graph that...
You're not locked in...
Hide that graph under the bed.
I'm not locked in here with you. You're locked in here with me.
Yes. Yeah. Elliot Page is Rorschach. And Fox will look up to me and say, please come back as Shadowcat. And I'll look down and whisper, no. Vess does her ball trick, and she's in her circus togs, and she says, I'll have a look at your dream mirror. Colliding ball, and NT's mirror is knocked out of his chest. Mm-hmm. But it's not a golden mirror.
No, it's not.
Once again. I'm sorry, Charlie. You lose.
Yes.
Good day, sir.
Let's take a drink, Charlie. Nobody's watching.
Vess says, photographs that are out of focus are no good after all. Mm-hmm. Is that the problem? Is that what it is?
Not really what the problem is.
You sure that's what it was about?
No, it's just Zircon gave you a bad tip and or Zirconia.
Yeah, I don't think the resolution's going to matter so much.
No.
We hear, hey, hey, hey.
Hey, hey, hey.
Late in autumn, those next to you are artists. Which might be like a haiku in the original Japanese.
Yeah,
but
maybe.
Not in English.
No.
I don't think so. In the name of the moon will punish you. The Sailor Senshi are here. Mm-hmm. I even counted with the hey, hey, hey.
Did you?
And it still didn't make 17, so. Vess says, aren't you embarrassed to do that considering your age? This is a card that they've played before.
Yeah, Fish played this card before.
Yeah. Don't attack their vanity, their one weakness.
Yes, right.
Sailor Moon says, what? No. And Chibi says, we're defenders of justice. Vess says, okay, you guys have too much time in your hands. To me and my lemur, Kero Kero Musume, the dream-eating frog. And out of her shadow comes a purple tadpole.
Yep.
Singing Do Re Mi.
Mm-hmm.
And the girls are immediately like, Kawaii!
Yeah, it's so cute.
Karo says, a tadpole is a baby frog. And it opens its mouth and there are eyes inside.
It's terrifying.
It launches itself towards the Senshi, who are all crying in terror. But Sailor Moon holds out her fist, which is in a boxing glove.
Nani?
Anime logic.
It is anime logic.
And Karo bounces off it harmlessly. Karo bounces into the open piano and reemerges as a frog lady, but I can't look at that right now. I'm losing sanity points. We'll get back to that.
Yeah.
Because Ami comes running in her civilian guise and sees Mr. Nishino on the floor. She says, stop this nonsense. But Vess says, don't tell me what to do.
Yes.
And she throws her ball at the Senshi, electrocuting them all and sending them to the 3D poster dimension.
I know.
Look for the sailboat. All of the Senshi find themselves in a weird formless space with Vess, and the Nishinos are nowhere in sight. The voice of Vess says, you're inside a computer.
Yeah.
In the computer. It's so simple.
I guess this is cyberspace.
Yes.
Which is a thing that you can do.
Apparently.
Before
didn't
them
know.
appears a giant monitor, like a screen, through which they can see Vess back in the studio. And
Yes.
she says, you just sit quiet and watch. A little computer pun would have been good there, you know. Just idle your cycles for a second. All right, anyway. In the real world, we see that Vess is at NT's computer. Must be an Amiga. And she turns around.
What?
and she turns.
Is that another internet thing that I don't get?
It's a type of computer.
Okay.
It's used by artists and musicians because it was.
Oh, okay.
Okay, all right. She turns around and she says, Kiro, eat the dreams. Ami says, no. But Vess hits a key and the Senshi are again electrocuted.
Yes.
Kiro, oh boy. Kiro is a yellow-skinned woman.
Yep.
Is a mustard-skinned woman, let's just say.
Yeah.
With green hair.
Yep.
And webbed hands and feet.
Yep.
She got green, spotted, asymmetrical biker shorts.
Yep.
And a pink halter top with a chibi frog on it.
Yep.
And a red and pink bow in her hair. She stands in front of the mirror, and out of the mouth of the frog on her shirt shoots a long tongue, because of course it does.
Terrifying.
Which wraps around the mirror, and with a "Itadakimasu," she, or her shirt,
Right.
we will never know.
Yeah, right,
eats the mirror.
Right.
Ami screams, no! And she seems to pass out. Cyber reverie time?
I guess so, yeah.
We see Ami naked, falling through a dark void. She thinks, I can't even save Mr. Nishino. I've got to do something. I want more power, a strong power so I can protect everyone. See, there sure are a lot of pictures of playgrounds in here.
Oh my god, what?
She's in the computer.
Oh, no.
As she
Oh my god.
I did say it was the last one before. I apologize. As she falls, she hears a voice say, Sailor Mercury. Mariska Hargitay?
Oh my god.
We're just like, shh, dude, I'm getting you out of here. You tried to make them play piano, didn't you? You son of a bitch.
Oh my god.
We see Ami descend down over a body of water as the voice says, feel it. Not better.
Oh my god.
It says, the true power that lies dormant in you. No, the other power. This is a new power that is dormant in you, inside of you.
Yes.
A very nude Ami says, who are you? You had to be nude in cyberspace in the 90s.
I guess so.
Mark Zuckerberg hadn't invented e-clothes to sell you yet. Ami says, seriously, who are you? And before her appears Sailor Mercury?
Yep.
Who says, I am you. Oh, that straightens that out. She says, remember your dreams, as the landscape of her father's sketch appears all around them. That feeling you felt when you first heard the song. A clearly nippleless Ami.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know her life. Actually, you couldn't have nipples in cyberspace in the 90s either. They hadn't invented the nude code yet.
Oh my god.
Ami says that I had to dig deep for this episode.
Wow.
Ami says, my dreams? This is kind of like one of my dreams right now. It's the first day of med school. No. Sailor Mercury says, remember the sketches your father sends you. at your 2-minute conversations at Christmas.
Oh, no.
Ami, we'll get through it. Ami thinks, that's it. What's important is how pure my heart is when I feel something. It better be. Because I know that this ep's probably real popular on DeviantArt.
Oh, my God.
Sailor Mercury flies towards Ami and embraces her, which is also a popular DeviantArt motif, I'm guessing. And Ami says, give me the courage to unlock my true power and erase this whole hard drive. And we get Mercury Crystal Power Makeup, which is a lot like her old power-up, but there's a harp now?
Yep.
She says, I can feel it. The new melody of water. This harp that echoes within my heart. This is my new toy power.
Toy power, yeah.
And she calls out Mercury Aqua Rhapsody.
Yes.
And it's sponsored by Harp Logger. Yes, Harp Logger. When you're trapped in a pedophile's computer.
Oh, no.
Only Harp Logger refreshes.
Oh, no.
And from a curve of water, she plucks harp strings.
It does kind of look like the logo
like
for her.
raindrops. Yes.
Yeah.
Back at the good logo.
Good logo.
Could have just been a picture of Lager. Back at the Amiga, Vess leaps away from the screen as light pours from the monitor in a flash and in a breaking of glass. Ami and the Sailor Senshi are back in the studio.
Yes.
Sailor Mercury says, playtime's over. Now, Chibi Moon.
Yeah, right.
She gives her the sign. When I do this, then
you do that.
Caroline.
Yeah.
And Chibi races her Caroline, and with a twinkle yell, summons Pegasus. Pegasus says, I'm not allowed near a computer. Here's your power.
Oh, my God.
Goodbye.
Oh, God.
Sailor Moon does the MGM, and it was never the last one.
Oh, no. You can't make promises like that.
Sailor Moon does the MGM, and Kiro stages out for the last time, revealing NT's dream mirror. I'm just calling him by his handle this whole time.
That's fine.
It's cool, cyberpunk.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Hey!
Hard run.
Chrome recognized Chrome. Vess says, that was pretty good. Let's leave it at that for today. See ya! And she balls out. Listen, I had to give you a second. I had to give you a second for that.
Yeah.
Sailor Moon says, Ami-chan, secret identities. Not when we're in the tutus.
Yes, right. Good point.
They're all passed out. She holds up her notebook and says, take this. Ami does and says thanks. Later, instead of calling the police, everyone is watching the Nishinos check out Ami's lyrics. And they're good. NT says, such emotions. And Kyoko says, you can't write lyrics with such emotion unless you really fell in love with the song.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
You fell in love with the song, right?
Yeah. Wasn't just the song, though, right?
NT looks at Kyoko and says, no matter how hard it gets, we can't give up. Thanks, Ami. We'll do our best, too. And Ami says, all right. This very complicated things for a 16-year-old to figure out. Maybe 15 years old.
Yes.
All right.
All right.
We don't do the after work. We only get to this point and we move on. Usagi leans into her and says, good job. And they both smile. But Ami thinks, I have to do better as well to make my dream come true.
I felt like it was a little presumptuous of her to like write lyrics for this song. But then that really like went home when she's like meets this guy and his quote unquote composition partner. And it's just like weird. And even at the end, she's more confident about it. But they're like, wow, that's really great. We're going to have to try hard.
Sailor Moon.
I know.
A more realistic and possibly more useful lesson would be for them to go, you show a lot of promise.
Right.
We're not looking for any lyricists right now.
Right.
If you keep looking, and if you check out
such and
Gordon
such.
Lightfoot, Regina Spektor. I'm just naming musicians. I don't want to stop and think about who's a good lyricist right now.
Right.
Zowie Bowie. These things will tell you, these are good places to go. And don't just look at songs, look at literature and, Herman Hesse novels.
When was Bandcamp? When did that start?
Huh?
Wasn't there a thing online called Bandcamp?
There is.
There is?
You mean like the website Bandcamp?
Yeah.
2012 the mid-teens, I think.
Oh, okay. All right. I was just wondering if there's something like that, like she could go and she could find somebody who's looking for a lyricist or something like that.
Yeah, definitely go and dive into the music industry head first.
Okay, all right,
in 1995.
No, you're right.
You're right. Dr. Luke before you can say TikTok.
Not great. So
you know what else isn't great?
What?
I know it's going to happen. I'd be more excited about it if they seemed more excited about it.
What's that?
But I feel like, we've started Bandai promo month where everybody's going to get their new toy.
Yeah.
I like transforming stuff and Goku gets another color of hair and 3 tails or whatever it is. Of course. I love keeping track of that stuff.
Yeah.
There's nothing to keep track of here.
It's just different toys.
Yeah. Sometimes they get another little piece of flair on their costume and a new toy.
Well,
and then an attack that they never use again.
The only thing that's really changed for Ami is that she has 3 ear piercings now on each ear.
Right. Well, now the doll has 3 ear piercings.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't like that. You know what? She's only got ear piercings. Yeah. We know that for a fact.
Oh my God.
What's up? I mean, if you're going to talk about it in like Sabu or Dabu, then people are going to have to become a patron to listen to our outtakes.
I am going to talk about it in Sabu or Dabu.
But give us a little taste. No, that's the wrong choice. Give us a little peek. Oh, damn it. Let's just talk. You talk.
Yeah, not everybody was really happy about this, gotta say. That's a teaser. If you want to know more, you can come
a little flash.
to Patreon. Yep.
Little look under the kimono.
Yeah, you can go to Patreon if you want to do that. So
Don't entice people to Patreon with sex.
I wasn't trying to. Sorry. It got weird. It got real weird.
I was thinking, is this a better episode? When we got that blurry picture.
Yeah.
I thought, oh my God. The dreamer this week is a computer.
Oh, wow. No,
what if it was just a Compaq 286 and we find out that it's obtained sentience?
Sure,
and therefore,
it composed
and
a
therefore
song.
Now dreams.
Yes.
And it's composed. Yeah, that's a Cowboy Bebop story.
Yeah.
But like, and it's now dreaming. And so they have to, we can't fit AI into this universe. Unless it's like, wears a bikini and has a screaming frog on his chest.
Oh my God.
But I thought like, that would be great.
That would have been great.
But that's not how it turned out.
No, it's not.
I got a question before we move on.
Okay, yeah.
What's Tamasaka?
I have no idea.
So Pala Pala gets the picture and does her... Interesting that the blue girl has blue magic and discovers the music, just like the other blue girl discovered music and has blue magic.
Yeah, you're right.
And she goes, Tamasaka! And we know that Tama is something shaped like an egg. It can be an egg or a jewel or something like that, or something, or round. And Taka is mountain, Saka's hill.
Oh, okay. Well, Yama is mountain.
Yama is mountain, yeah. Or dike.
Okay. All right.
A wall or embankment to prevent flooding.
Yes.
So like, it's egg embankment, everybody.
I also looked up, this is maybe a different Tamasaka. It can mean coincidentally, by chance.
Or occasionally.
Yeah.
So she's like, give me that picture.
Or randomly.
Occasionally.
Randomly.
This is a normal thing. You find a picture that was taken by a flaming bat-winged eyeball that's a little blurry. You use your blue ball magic to go, Tamasaka! And then it rotates and starts playing, soap opera music.
Right.
Nani? Anime logic.
All of you relax. This is a matter of inconvenient timing, that's all. Rebooting the podcast was inevitable. This is simply the beginning. I thought I told all of you I want broadcast silence until further.
Ooh, I'm very sorry, Cal. I didn't get that message. Maybe you should have put it on Twitter. I figured since you were relaunching the Just Enough Trope podcast, you might be a little lonely, so I decided to be your co-host.
That's very kind of you. I assume you're our mysterious podcaster. You're most troublesome for a Sailor Moon fan?
Sorry, Cal. Wrong guess. Would you like to go for an all-new show where the hosts haven't really changed?
Who are you, then?
Just a fly in the ointment, Cal. The dye in the hard, the moon in the lighting.
She's talking about the rebooted Just Enough trope, where we'll dive deep into the pop culture elements that make up your favorite movies, TV shows, comics, and video games. See if she's lying about moonlighting and find out if Bruno is returned.
No, respect yourself.
Miss Mystery Guest, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. Unless you want to sing a duet with me.
No, I'm afraid not. But you have me at a loss. You know my name, but who are you? Just another podcast host who saw too many movies as a child? Another orphan of a bankrupt culture who thinks she's John McClane, Corbin Dallas, a crooning Alcopop pitchman?
I was always kind of partial to Seagram's Golden Wine Cooler, actually. It's wet and it's dry.
Do you really think you have a chance with this new show, Ms. Co-host?
Yippee-ki-yay, Mother Cooler.
Just Enough Trope, 40 stories of sheer pop culture deconstruction. Available everywhere you listen to your favorite shows.
Do I sound like I'm ordering a podcast?
Today for Kyoro Kyoro Miru, or Curiously Looking Around, where we talk about elements of the Japanese culture within the episode, we're going to talk about the history of the piano in Japan.
Yamaha.
We will be
That's what I
talking
got.
about Yamaha.
That's all I
You
got.
are correct, sir. So during the Meiji period, there was an influx of Western music and Western instruments.
No.
I know.
Like the electric guitar.
Yeah, right.
Someday we'll get to Mr. Electric Guitar. Sorry,
Yeah,
go ahead.
right. Pianos were adopted in Japan in the late 19th century after the Meiji Restoration as part of modernization reforms. Unfortunately, there is no real reliable data on when or how the piano was first brought to Japan. So I do not have a Mr. Piano for you,
No,
unfortunately.
we'll never find out who it is. Bum, bum, bum.
Exactly. To the Japanese who were threatened with European domination, the piano functioned as a symbol of international modernism, granting access to a world where Western technical expertise and cultural knowledge were valued.
The sweet sound of colonial oppression.
Yeah, we don't want that. This was part of a process of avoiding European colonialism by accepting Western cultural practices and institutions, which was quickly internalized by the Meiji government and the people. American missionaries of the German Reformed Church arrived in Japan in 1879, and in the 1880s, they set up music departments that offered college-level training in Western music, including the piano. In 1879, the Japanese government started the Music Study Committee, which was dedicated to Western music. The committee used the German model of music instruction because they thought that it was very important that the Japanese were able to read Western music notation.
Oh boy, so different show, but I want to know about Japanese music notation.
Yeah, I do too. Like, what did they do before the West came in? It was like, no, you need to do it this way.
We wrote this on our hand, you know.
Yeah,
just
right.
It's on my arm.
I don't
It's a
even
set
know.
list. No, what? We do the plum blossoms in spring, and then we
Right.
go right into Swallowtail.
Yeah, right. And I wonder, like, okay. But I wonder if, like, it's, like, something that once the... what?
Play Swallowtail. Well, it's at the end of the show. We'll get there.
I'm wondering if it's something that, like, did they just adapt the Western way of
We
notation?
won't ever know
Yeah,
until you do a Kiro Kiro Miru.
about that.
Or maybe a little shore leave.
Perhaps a little shortly.
A little island music.
Right, exactly. The most popular composer in Japan in the late 1800s, and actually really still today, is Beethoven. Other favorites were Brahms, Schumann, Schubert, and later Bach. During the Meiji era, a music recital would typically include short German pieces by German composers, as well as Debussy.
So, Kleine pieces.
Kleine pieces? What does that mean?
Sorry, just keep going.
Is it a German joke? I don't get it.
Insofar as there is a German joke?
Yeah.
At all?
Yeah.
Yes.
So the closest we get to a Mr. Piano is a guy named Rudolf Dietrich. He was hired by the Meiji government as a foreign advisor on a 3-year contract and arrived in Tokyo in 1888 as the first art director of the Tokyo School of Music, now the Tokyo National University of Fine Arts and Music. Dietrich was fluent in English, and also taught his students English conversation along with violin, piano, organ, theory, and composition. However, he was known as a very severe teacher, and at one point his students marched out on a strike against him. They were not happy with him, but many of his students went on to have distinguished careers. So maybe he was a little bit harsh in his teaching, but they became good musicians in spite of that.
These are the guys that like get hit with the kendo sticks when they're meditating, right?
Probably.
And this guy was too tough?
Yeah, I know.
Hey, Germany, you're at a 10 for you. We need you at like a 6.
Yeah, right.
Or a 6.
What is that?
6 in German.
Okay. Okay, I asked.
All right, no more German.
In the 1920s, the piano replaced the koto as the preferred instrument for Japanese women to study before marriage. The Taisho
They
era...
play at their wedding or something?
Well, I mean, I think it was like...
We'll have to get married, but first, tickle the ivories.
Well, I think it was kind of like one of those things like, being
a lady.
Being a lady, you have to know an instrument.
Put that koto down.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
The Taisho era artist Nakamura Daizaburo painted the piano in 1926, which depicts his fiancée dressed in a kimono playing a Russian piano.
Was she Russian or was she dragon?
So, I mean, it's just showing all of these things kind of coming together and in one place here.
They really just went, all right, do me.
We're westernizing, baby.
Yeah, they really went for that.
Yeah, they totally did.
I mean, except for the guys, from The Last Samurai who were like, no, we're gonna fight this.
So to be perfectly fair, you're absolutely right. There are people who were ready to reform.
The aristocracy was like,
yes.
How do we keep our money? Okay, we're going to do this.
Yes.
You're playing the piano.
Right. And then there are other people who I'm sure definitely, like The Last Samurai for sure, like we're not 100% okay with it.
Yeah.
And not happy about it at all.
Yeah.
The first piano to be made in Japan was an upright built in 1900 by Torakusu Yamaha, founder of Nippon Gaki Co. Limited, which was later renamed to Yamaha Corporation. The company's origins as a musical instrument manufacturer are still reflected today in the group's logo, which is a trio of interlocking tuning forks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do they have to explain to people
what
that they are
is?
a trio when they see it? Do they go, actually it's a trio of interlocking. You understand.
Do most people today know what a tuning fork looks like? If you weren't...
Can't answer that question.
Right. So probably
I was born with one in my hand, so I apologize to my mother, but also I can't imagine a life without the kind of musical study that would make a Japanese student walk out.
I know.
To me, it's just second nature. So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. It's possible. In 1902, Yamaha created Japan's first grand piano, which would go on to receive an honorary grand prize at the St. Louis World's Fair in 1904. Although pianos were being produced in Japan, initially most of the internal parts and strings were being imported from different countries. Generally speaking, Japanese pianos depended on imported music wire for piano strings until after World War II. Which then at that point they were able to manufacture their own strings and everything. By 1965, Yamaha was manufacturing more pianos than any other company in the world. Their first pianos designed, patented, and manufactured entirely by Yamaha was the C Series Grands and the U Series Uprights, started to be shipped from the top-of-the-line factory in Kakagawa, Japan. Initially, sales were focused on the Japanese market only, but then they started exporting them around the world as well.
How did that go?
Great.
People were like, Japanese piano, I'll take it.
Yeah.
I don't live in America.
Well, in the next couple of years, they kind of just... Yamaha concentrated on perfecting their piano models and having them appraised by several highly respected pianists. In November 1967, the CF Concert Grand Piano debuted for the first time during a banquet at Tokyo's Hotel Okura, and the pianist playing that evening called it, quote, one of the top pianos in the world.
Who's the pianist?
Yeah, I had that written down and then I took it out. So,
But not a Japanese person.
it wasn't a Japanese person.
He's like, I want to thank everyone. Good night.
Yeah.
Why is he jingling when he walks away?
Did he get paid? Yeah. In 1983, I'm skipping ahead a little bit, Yamaha unveiled a new kind of piano, the Clavinova.
Whoa.
The revolutionary YP40 put the strength and style of a grand piano in a portable electric keyboard for the first time.
Yeah.
And then in 1987, Yamaha debuted the Disclavier. The typical Disclavier is a real acoustic piano outfitted with electric sensors for recording and electromechanical solenoids for player piano style playback. Sensors record the motions of the keys, pedals, and hammers during a performance, and the system saves the data as a standard MIDI file. On the playback, the solenoids move the keys and the pedals, and they reproduce the original performance. So it's basically you're programming your piano how to play it, and then it has that in this system, and then it'll play it back exactly how you did it.
Sure.
So in 2013, Elton John live streamed his performance to Disclavier pianos in 10 different countries. Each Disclavier played keystrokes in real time as if he was performing in each country live. He was I don't know where he was, but he was in one country, and then these pianos were all doing it at the same time.
Wow.
Yeah.
And he said, "This is your song."
That's right.
And your song.
And your song.
And your song.
And
it
your
can be
song.
your song for only $4.99.99.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why it's like, well, speaking of getting paid for something, like, why Elton John? Like, who cares?
I don't know,
like,
man.
Not like, he's genius. I'm not saying
Yes,
who cares
he is.
about him, but like, why would he do it? They're like, we got to get somebody for this.
Yeah, right.
Billy Joel said no. Elton John. And Elton John's like, I've never said no to anything.
That I believe.
Yeah.
The other big name in Japanese pianos is Kōhī. Koichi Kōhī, the company founder, was born in Hanamatsu, Japan in 1886.
Kōhī.
Yeah.
Kawai.
You got it.
Yeah.
His neighbor, Torakusu Yamaha, yes, the founder of Yamaha, was originally a watchmaker and reed organ builder. That's what he originally did with his company. Yamaha took Kōhī in as an apprentice, and Kōhī became a member of the research and development team that introduced pianos to Japan.
He's researching and developing a knife to put in Yamaha's back.
That's right. Well, kind of. Life kind of did that for him. Yamaha died in 1916.
Where was Kōhī?
Just sharpening that knife. And in the 1920s, the piano industry kind of faltered a little bit in Japan. New management took over control of Yamaha's company.
In the 20s?
Yeah.
The 20s?
Well, it wasn't.
That's
Well,
ragtime.
Let me just put it this way: Yamaha wasn't doing so hot.
How the Mogi's gonna dance?
I don't know. It began to diversify their production line, and this led Kōhī to leave Nippon Gaki in 1927 and found the Kōhī Musical Instrument Research Laboratory. In 1928, the first Kōhī grand piano was manufactured in Hanamatsu, Japan. Kōhī Musical Instruments is known for its grand pianos, upright pianos, digital pianos, electric keyboards, and electronic synthesizers. In 1953, Koichi Kōhī received the prestigious Blue Ribbon Medal from the Emperor of Japan.
That's not how that works, but okay.
Yeah, right.
I give you this plaque trophy.
I didn't even think of it like that. He became the first person in the musical instrument industry to receive this honor, so that was a big deal. After Koichi Kōhī's death in 1955, his son Shigeru Kōhī became company president and expanded the production facilities. In 1956, Shigeru Kōhī built a network of Kōhī music schools to help promote musical education. And since these schools needed teachers, he also created the Kōhī Academy of Music to instruct qualified music teachers on how to teach music at the new schools. So he is like creating jobs and also like, well, somebody needs to be learning how to play the piano. We need to foster this next generation, you know. That's the way I'm looking at it.
Lock the doors. Don't let them walk out.
Oh, no. Shigeru Kawai's son, Hirotaka Kawai, so this is now the grandson of the founder, was appointed president in 1989. He integrated advanced robotics into manufacturing process, established Kawai manufacturing facilities around the globe, and oversaw the introduction of several new series of grand upright and digital pianos. Do-Re-Mi Piano in Hanamatsu City, Japan, is a company that refurbishes, recycles, and resells old pianos, especially Yamaha and Kawai instruments. From small refurbished to doing the whole big, we're redoing the case of this piano. They do it all, and they do what it takes to make it look and sound new. And they also export refurbished pianos to, I know, at least to the US and probably other places as well. But I think that that's really cool that there's a company out there that is they're focused on just reselling, refurbishing, because, you know, if people get rid of pianos and maybe they're out of tune or there's something else that's really wrong with them. But little TLC.
This piano's got good bones.
That's right. That's right.
Needs a little help. Getting back on its pedals.
That's right. In May 2023, authorities in the city of Kakugawa removed a street piano, saying some folks were too enthusiastic about playing the piano by either playing longer than the 10-minute limit or playing too boisterously.
It's funny because a street piano could only survive in Japan, and it could only be removed by the authorities for people playing it for more than 10 minutes. Mm-hmm.
I know. I know.
It's just like, that's Japan.
I know.
That's so perfect.
It is.
I heard a story once, has nothing to do with what we're talking about,
It's okay.
but it was, you know, the Sundance Film Festival?
Yes.
It's very popular. Mm-hmm. You know, they're saying that, like, Burning Man is, like, gone over the hill. Yeah. Or whatever.
Whatever.
It's not cool anymore.
It's not cool anymore.
Yeah, Sundance has not been cool for 25 years, but a lot of, like, you know, artists, musicians and things go there. And I heard a story about how, you know, in one of the bars one night, this guy was, like, playing the piano. They had a piano.
Sure.
But there wasn't no musical guest scheduled. He's playing the piano, this bald guy. And the manager comes up and he says, sir, we're not using any music tonight, so please return to your seat, sir. The guy's like, okay. Goes back to his seat. It's Michael Stipe.
Of course.
Michael Stipe didn't he didn't make a big deal out of it. He's just like, oh, okay. He doesn't want to hear it. Fine.
Well, right.
Sits down. It's like, you could have had a free Michael Stipe show.
Wow.
And in the world of social media, no, you would never do that now.
No, you would never.
You would immediately tweet, oh my God, Michael Stipe's playing the piano at a restaurant.
Yes.
And then have everybody say, I'll stream over to your place from whatever crappy wine bar is it.
And then your place would be popular even like days later because they want to see the bar where Michael Stipe played the piano.
Everything's fleeting now. It wouldn't last that long.
Wouldn't last that long.
You would still try to take advantage of it.
You would.
This guy's like, it's not piano night. Okay, I know everybody hurts.
No fun.
But it's time to not sing along.
This is a not fun bar, okay? No fun here.
You're losing your piano privileges.
So yeah, the piano was removed from the main railway.
The frequency is nothing. Sit
Nothing.
down.
Yes.
Right. I'm like, we're doing REM jokes.
Yes, I know.
I don't know if you knew that.
No, I got it. The piano was removed from the main railway station in Kakugawa only 6 months after it was put in place for the public to be entertained, for the public to entertain commuters as they moved throughout the station. But a lot of folks went over the 10-minute playing limit, and one man allegedly paid for a whole hour.
Was it good?
Probably fine. I don't know.
Is he playing like Snake Eater or something like that?
I don't know if
like it's gotta be. There's probably a lot of talented piano players.
Yeah, it actually doesn't say if he was good or not. It just said that he played over an hour.
So there's a long line of quarters on the arm of the piano. Now that's a video game arcade joke.
That is a video game arcade joke.
People
I like
just
that.
holding their music books. Their standard,
waiting.
their standards. They're like, when is this guy going to wrap it up?
I want my 10 minutes.
I want to do the flight of the bump. There's a minute waltz. He's been here for an hour.
I know. While others had like broken performance regulations on, quote, singing loudly or played, quote, at a great volume. Even during station announcements, which irritated a lot of commuters, so the city decided to remove the piano entirely. I mean, honestly, I gotta say, I'm kind of surprised they put it in a place in the train station where you are hearing announcements like, you need to know if your train is running late or, you know, what have you, but...
Everybody's got an app.
No, you're right.
They're scrolling screens.
Maybe this is an overreaction.
TVs that show where the Shinkansen is. Like,
That's true.
I'm sure you're fine.
That's true.
They removed the piano and replaced it with a pair of spoons.
Yes.
Go nuts.
So a boy who had just played the piano said he was very sad to see the piano go, but happy that he had been given the chance to play it. Quote, I hope street pianos are installed all over Japan, end quote, he said. The piano may return in some capacity if they can find a location that won't interfere with station announcements. So,
yes.
The
most important thing.
The most important thing. That's what we know about pianos in Japan. I don't actually know that if Yamaha and Kōhī were really that competitive with each other, but they are the two really big names in Japanese pianos, and they are both very well respected piano makers throughout the world. So.
Why would they compete?
They're
only
know.
selling the same thing.
They're only selling the same thing, right? Okay.
You get the left side of Japan, we'll take the right.
That's right. I'll take the main island, you get the rest. No, I'm
yeah, you get the archipelago.
Yeah.
I get the big one.
Itadakimasu with Usagi. What did Usagi eat in this episode? At Fruits Parlor Crown, the girls are drinking coffee, tea, and melon soda. And at the restaurant where NT is playing the piano, Vesfest is drinking a red or orange soda, I'm hoping. I'm hoping it's not alcoholic. She is a kid, so.
Oh, that's right. I still think they're old ladies in the bodies of kids, but yeah, she's a kid.
Villain gauge, we rate a baddie 1 to 5 dark stars, 5 being the most wicked. The lemur name in this episode is Kero Kero Musume, or Kero Kero Girl, the dream-eating frog. Kero Kero is the onomatopoeia for the sound that a frog makes, and she is a giant frog. So there you go. Like the Sanrio character, Keroppi is got the onomatopoeia there too, and he's a frog.
Is the shirt supposed to be Keroppi?
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know.
It's kind of Kermit, but it's kind of, when I see Japanese and frog, I think Keroppi.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's the same green. So it could be Keroppi. I don't know.
No opinion about that. Okay.
Well, I'm going to just say yes. I'm going to say yes.
Just to get rid of me. To get rid of you.
No.
I'll say yes.
No. I hadn't really thought about it, but now that you bring it to my attention, let's say yes. Yeah, I mean, you kind of did the whole description of her before, but... Right. When she first appears, she's a purple tadpole, and she's got green eyes and a red and pink bow on her head. And then she opens her mouth, and we see the extra eyes. And that's really, really creepy. Then she goes in the piano and transforms into a frog, and she's a humanoid frog with orange skin, but her face has yellow skin with an upside-down orange triangle underneath her eye.
Not every animal needs to be its child form, but I can see their logic in that you're never going to do just a Yoma that's a tadpole, right?
No, right.
But if we want to get some tadpole in here, which sounds like code,
it does.
Wow. Then here's our shot.
Yeah, right.
We got to do it now.
Yeah.
Let's squeeze those tadpoles in there.
There's not going to be another time.
Yeah.
We have this frog Musume.
Now we're going to have a tadpole on its own.
No.
Yeah.
No. Why would we do that? That'd be dumb.
Yeah. Anime logic.
Anime logic. And yeah, she's got frog hands and feet. She has short green hair, wears the same hair bow she was wearing when she was a tadpole. She has small earrings and wears red lipstick. She's wearing a pink sleeveless top that has a green frog on it. That's probably Keroppi. The shirt has a red bow at the top. And the frog on the shirt has tiny frog arms, is wearing sunglasses, and is wearing red lipstick and blush. So I I think it's a girl frog, so then that wouldn't be Kōhī.
Is it embarrassed or does it have blush on?
Great question.
Not that you can't have a cool girl frog that's got sunglasses on.
You could.
Yeah.
But it's definitely red lipstick, though, I think. And a huge mouth that opens to let its long pink tongue come out for the dream mirror. And the lemur is also wearing a bottom that is half shorts, half briefs, and it's light green with dark green spots. Yeah, and for some reason she says do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. I don't know why. So for her rating, her design is really creepy, but not as creepy as last week. I'm not a fan of these lemurs whose torsos are just giant mouths that eat mirrors. I'm not a huge fan of that.
Well, there's going to be a lot of that.
I think so.
Going forward.
I like how the Senshi says she's kawaii, and then she replies with showing her sharp teeth. And I think mine said tadpoles are frog spawn. Like, I think that's what my Viz version said.
It's not wrong.
Yeah, that's true. I like how she wraps her large frog tongue around KT's dream mirror because it's very menacing. I just didn't feel like we got a whole lot of time with her, even though I think she's creepy and everything. So I'm going to give her 3 out of 5 dark stars.
Seems I'm gonna have to go 3 as well. It's another question of not getting enough time. The whole thing is underbaked.
It is.
It's real soft in the middle. There's, a we're going through the stages of her life or something like that. Like she's a tadpole at first. Then she, incubates within a piano. We all know. We remember.
Well, everybody knows how that's
high school biology.
Yeah.
And then comes out as a frog, which is like, oh, there's a creepy thing going on here, but it cuts away, and you're going to see this in my rating too. It cuts away because there's a lot of hats in this episode.
Oh, God, yes.
There's a lot of things that they're stacking on top of each other.
Yeah.
And then in the middle of this, they decide this should have been the first thing, but in the middle of it, they go, and let's give Ami a power-up too.
Yeah, I know.
But to do that, she's got to be inside a computer.
Yeah.
And be naked.
Right.
She was put there by a girl who plays with balls and her rapidly aging frog monster.
Right.
Anime logic. So she is a casualty of that. I think that there is more cool stuff have we ever had a frog before?
It's a really good question. I can't remember a frog.
I think there's a lot that we could have done with it.
Yeah.
We don't do it though.
No, we don't.
But I mean, the t-shirt thing alone, keeps her stuck at 3. Is the t-shirt? Do they wear clothes? Are the clothes their skin?
I got so many.
Are they
questions.
like the T-1000? Is
right.
Are they all just a blob, but they can become a thing? So
it's like
for keeping me interested,
right,
and keeping me curious, I'll go with 3.
Take a bow or our rating on how our villains left the stage of life. She looks really shocked, and the frog on her shirt does too. I like that the frog on her shirt's eyes are bugging out and looking really confused. And the frog shirt's mouth is also really strained. So I'm going to give it 4 out of 5.
I'm going to give it a 3. Now that I know that the multiple faces are going to be involved in every one, I think the last one should feel lucky that it got a 4.
Sure.
It's still good, but if everybody's going to do it, it's the returns are going to diminish, and I don't feel the need to grade on a curve for that. It was less effective this time. Although I did like that he had, or she, the frog, had the sunglasses on, like the Sugar Smacks, Honey Smacks frog or whatever. It was like, whoa, I can't believe I'm getting destroyed right now. I just want some Sugar Smacks.
Yeah, right. My cool glasses are going to come off my face.
That was a good look, but I bet you're wondering how I got here. That all started with Sugar Smacks. But yeah, but it was still, and also I'm trying not to take points off or percentages of points off for the abbreviated nature of them, because now they are committed to showing us that the mirror has returned.
Yeah.
In the old days, they would go, boop, boop, no, whole animation, item falls to the ground, spirit comes out of the item.
Right.
Things are returned to who they belong to.
Right.
And in this, they shatter it, and the shatter is a shorter shatter, and it immediately clears to the mirror, which then drops down to the ground or disappears or whatever it does.
Right.
I can't remember.
We give it back to the person,
they
but
get
we don't
less
always show
time
that.
to make their impression. But
That's true.
this is still a 3.
That's true. I do have some trivia for this episode. When Diana came into Fruit's Parlor Crown, there was a man in the doorway who looked like Yoshiki Usui, the fashion designer, earlier in this episode, in this season. The guy with the swoopy hair.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did you read that?
Huh?
Did you read that?
I did read that in the trivia.
So
and then,
whoever wrote that trivia thinks it looks like him.
Right. And then
I couldn't figure out who it was.
And then there's 2 people at the booth nearby who look kind of like Naru and Umino.
What are you doing, Joe?
That's
Stop
just
this.
It was like
Stop this.
I know you're giving us hope, and they're not coming back. So
I want to see walk by a fish tank, and inside is
what?
Is an Amazonian fish just
Oh,
swimming around.
Yeah. All of a sudden, Fruit's Parlor Crown has like a fish tank. There's this fish.
And then Luna's like, no.
Oh no, Luna, bad cat. This episode is the first to use Sailor Mercury's new transformation, Mercury Crystal Power Makeup, and her new attack, Mercury Aqua Rhapsody. And the background music for this transformation was only utilized in this episode.
Great.
Now we're up to our rating. So I originally really liked this episode, but then when you made me sit down and think that this was like a predator, that changed my rating quite a bit. But I do like that we see a different side of me, someone who likes music and can be creative, and it's proof that she does more than like just study, you know? Yeah. I like how Usagi doesn't know what online means, and everyone's embarrassed, and like Diana, the little kitten, knows. It's like, okay,
World Wide Web, I hate spiders.
I know.
Yeah.
I like that Vesves tends to act too aggressive than the rest of the Amazonesses, and essentially they punish her by making her go after the target. So it's like, you screwed up, so you do it.
Well, last week they all wanted to go out and check some of this secular world out.
Right.
What happened?
Well, that's a good point. At the end of the episode, they're all like fighting over it. I don't know.
Who's sloppy now?
I know. I do like that Vesves, she's kind of more aggressive than the rest of the Amazonesses. I like that we learn more about Ami and her family in this episode. Like that her dad is an artist and just sends sketches and not letters.
From his cell.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
I hear the train coming.
Yeah. Oh my god. I love how Minako whispers to me he has a girlfriend, and then Mako covers her mouth.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
She talks a lot of crap, but
yeah.
But she's the only person who's like, oh no, we're not. No, back out.
I can read this
back
situation.
out of here. We're walking into a trap here.
Exactly. I feel like Ami kind of has a little bit of a character arc within this episode, so I like that about it. I don't think that the nudity necessarily needed to be there, but I do like that scene because it's like she was like she lost her confidence.
Are they all gonna hug their naked selves and get more juice?
I can't.
You can quote me.
I can't spoil that for you, whether that's gonna happen or not.
You already did.
No, I didn't.
All right, finish your rating.
All right. I like how Vesves transports the Senshi into the computer. But yeah, like I said.
You know who else transports you into a computer?
Who?
Freddy, bitch.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Great graphics.
But I'm not all about the I don't know, the creepy dude and everything. So I'm gonna give it 3 out of 5 roses.
All right. 3's this isn't Freddy worthy.
Yeah.
You're not Fred worthy.
No.
Well, you giving it a 3 makes me want to give it a 2, but I thought I was being mean, lowering my rating from a 4 to a 3.
Mine was originally going to be a 5.
But that...
So...
Whoa!
Yeah.
I'm glad I wrecked it for you. No. But it is a 3, though. There's a thing... I already mentioned Too Many Hats. And there is... You got to just pick 3 things. Not like 12 things.
Right.
And so it suffers. And I'm not here to make friends with Sailor Moon. Right. I'm here to rate Sailor Moon.
Right.
And so too much stuff is too much stuff. there are some great parts. And I think, so like too much stuff is maybe 1 star off. This they can't help. It's just the way the world works. But a lot of this has not aged in any real recognizable way. Mm-hmm. What I mean is like, a lot of this just doesn't work anymore.
Yeah.
There's the mores of the time. There's the technology of the time.
Right.
There's, in 1995, we're in a computer. It was like a great thing to do on Ghostwriter. But like, it doesn't really work at all now.
No.
And so those things, I think, held it back. I did like, there were some clever things. I mentioned the clever directing. There's a thing at the beginning that I'm not even sure works in 1995, but definitely doesn't work. It goes way over a kid's head. But when she's writing in her book, and is she writing in her book the lyrics to the poems, or is she writing in the book what she's going to type in her email later? But Mako looks in her book and says, I've been studying your profile. And it's not like, arms up, profile. It's his online profile. And I'm like,
oh my God.
That's really clever. But I don't think that we called them profiles back then.
No, but I didn't get that till you said that just now.
No, you're welcome.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm going to give them that one, whether or not they meant it.
Right.
I like the fact that this is probably the first and only time that we've seen the sailors not only rescue, and you lose your dream, bad. You lose your life. Right. Arguably, you would also lose your dream.
Yeah, right, exactly.
But we see them save a dream, but also make them realize that their dream is great because they see somebody who's behind them, who's below them in age and experience, also working hard, and they go, you know what? Our dream is an awesome dream, and we're going to continue.
That's true.
Some of these people, they go, well, I love kumquats. And then they are attacked by drunk animal people.
Yeah. And
they're like, they just gibber in an asylum for the rest of their lives. Like, how are they gonna recommit themselves to kumquats tonight?
Yeah.
And so they're actually helping facilitate these dreams that they are rescuing.
Yes.
It's like, oh, you should have been doing that the entire time.
Yeah,
but I'll take it this time.
You're right.
I do wish, though, this is my crapulent sandwich. I do wish that it was a little more realistic lesson.
Yeah.
And we talked about this before, I think, where it's like, this is really good. And, keep working at it.
Yeah, right.
Oh, so you're going to use them? Well, I don't think we're going to use them. But I really admire. Listen, this is really great.
Yes.
Here's my phone number.
Yeah, no.
You can call me any time of night.
Well, right. I mean,
ask for Alex, though.
Yeah.
I wish that it was more. I don't think there's anything wrong with the lesson of like, well, dust yourself off, get back up.
There's nothing wrong with that.
The Captain Marvel lesson.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. Hey, how about an entire Patreon episode on that? We're gonna watch Captain Marvel for Patreon. Look. You got out with a 3. Take the W.
Take the 3
and run.
I mean, I think we get some good Amy character stuff in this, but
Amy.
Amy. Oh my gosh, I did it. I called her by her dub name. Anyways, my English title is Critic Door, Creativity Soar.
Critic 1, Creativity 0.
Yeah.
I don't even remember what they are now. My me title, we talked about the kind of sketchy elements of the episode, and also, but it's still about music.
Yes.
It's about, creativity. So my title is Bard Candy. I won't be taking any questions.
Next episode, we are talking about episode number 152. Hono no Jonetsu, Maza Ikari no Chohisatsu Waza in Japanese. Flames of Passion, Mars' Raging Super Attack. The English translation and the English title, Dreams of Her Own.
Oh, Mars is getting a new toy.
Yep, you got it.
Nobody's getting a 5 for the next 4 weeks.
Oh my God.
I'll tell you right now. I predict.
You predict? You don't like the new toy episodes?
Yeah, I've made that clear.
Yeah, okay.
Let me make it clear that we want you to join us on our Discord. We've got a link to our Discord in the show notes. Stop by, chat with us about all kinds of topics. Literally anything.
Yes.
I'm not caught up on Star Wars. I know people talking about Star Wars, but I'm not in the spoiler channel because I'm not caught up. Someday I'll be there, but we literally talk about all kinds of nerd stuff on our Discord channel. So go to the link in the show notes and check that out. And you've probably heard us mention our Patreon once or twice here. I won't beat it into the ground, but we do have a Patreon, patreon.com/Sailor Noob. If you're in a position where you can help the show grow, please stop by patreon.com/Sailor Noob. Join our team, become a Senshi today, and get access to other podcasts, outtakes from the show, special episodes, and more. Patreon.com/Sailor Noob.
Well, that's our show for this week, and the Name of the Moon will be punishing you next week with another episode of Sailor Noob.
NANI? Anime logic.